Yo, what's good, people? Let's talk about something big that's been cooking up on the internet. The streets are talking, the blogs are buzzing, and the fans are going crazy with this one. We've got two of the biggest names in the game, YNW Melly and Lil Durk, caught up in a wild story. The rumor mill is spinning a tale that sounds like it came straight out of a movie script. People are saying that these two artists, from behind bars, are somehow plotting a massive revenge scheme. The narrative being pushed is that they've joined forces to get back at those connected to the tragic death of King Von. It's a story of loyalty, street justice, and a superstar alliance that has everyone's attention. And it's spreading like wildfire across every social media platform you can think of. Now you gotta understand why a story like this gets so much traction. It has all the elements people love to gossip about. You have drama, you have danger, and you have two rappers who are already living under a massive public microscope. Lil Durk's connection to King Von is legendary. They were more than friends, they were brothers. So when Von passed, everyone watched Durk's every move. On the other side you have YNW Melly, another artist with a huge following who is fighting for his own freedom. The idea of these two linking up, even metaphorically, to handle business is the kind of stuff that fuels endless speculation online. It's a narrative that fits perfectly into the high-stakes world of modern hip-hop that fans are obsessed with. The whispers started quietly but quickly grew into a roar. You see a comment here, a tweet there, and before you know it, it becomes a full-blown conspiracy theory. Fans piece together old lyrics, analyze past interviews, and connect dots that might not even be there. They see Lil Durk's public pain over losing Von and connect it to YNW Melly's own tough guy image. The internet creates this alternate reality where these two are masterminds, coordinating a plan despite both being locked up. This narrative is powerful because it gives fans something to believe in, a story of ultimate loyalty and payback that plays out in their minds, far away from the boring reality of courtrooms and legal filings. But let's be real, this is where things get messy. The line between what's really happening and what the internet wants to happen gets blurry. People start treating rumors as facts. A random post on Instagram or a theory spun in a YouTube comment section suddenly gets presented as insider information. The story becomes bigger than the artists themselves. It's no longer just about Melly and Durk, it's about this epic tale of street vengeance that captures the imagination of millions. This is how modern myths are born, not from ancient texts, but from TikTok clips and Twitter threads, repeated so many times that the fiction starts to feel like the truth. So let's pump the brakes on the Hollywood movie plot for a second and look at the hard facts. Where are YNW Melly and Lil Durk right now on this day, June 13th, 2025? The truth is, they are both dealing with some of the most serious legal problems a person can face. They aren't in a studio cooking up revenge tracks, they're in the system, fighting for their lives and their freedom. YNW Melly has been locked up since way back in February 2019. He's facing charges for the double murder of his two friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser. This isn't a new situation, it's been his reality for years. His first trial even ended in a mistrial back in July 2023, which means the whole process has to start over again. Melly's situation is incredibly serious, and his focus is entirely on the courtroom. His retrial is scheduled for September 2025, and that's a make-or-break moment for him. His legal team is working around the clock, and there have been a lot of moves happening. For example, in March of this year, he reportedly had to fire his lead attorney, which is a major shakeup right before a huge trial. On top of that, the prosecution is coming at him hard, even demanding he hand over his login information for his Instagram and Snapchat accounts. This shows you how deep the legal battle is. His entire world is about defending himself against these charges, not about anything happening on the outside. Now, let's switch gears to Lil Durk. While he was publicly supporting Melly for a while, posting free at YNW Melly back in 2023, his own situation took a dramatic turn. In October 2024, Durk was arrested himself, and the charges are heavy. Authorities are alleging that he was involved in a murder-for-hire plot. They claim this was an attempt to get retaliation on Quando Rondo, stemming from the beef that led to King Von's death. This isn't just a minor charge, it's a massive case that has put his career and his freedom in serious jeopardy. As of right now, Durk is in custody, waiting to see how this whole thing plays out. So, when you look at the reality, it's pretty clear. Both of these men are completely tangled up in the legal system. They are incarcerated in separate facilities dealing with their own individual, life-altering cases. Melly is preparing for a retrial on a double murder charge, and Durk is facing a murder-for-hire accusation. Their day-to-day reality is consulting with lawyers, attending court hearings, and sitting in a cell. The idea that they have the capacity, the means, or even the focus to coordinate some elaborate revenge plot from two different correctional facilities is just not based in the factual world. Their plates are already full with their own survival. So, if these guys are locked up and dealing with their own cases, why do people think they're working together? A big part of the confusion comes from the music. In March 2025, a new track called Banana Split dropped, produced by Murda Beats. And guess who was on it? Both YNW Melly and Lil Durk. When fans saw that, their minds went into overdrive. They saw the collaboration as a sign, a message that the two were on the same page and working together. An animated music video was even released, which just added more fuel to the fire. For many, this song was the proof they needed that the alliance was real, and that something bigger was going on behind the scenes. But here's the thing about the music industry that a lot of people don't see. Songs are often recorded months or even years before they are ever released to the public. A verse can sit on a producer's hard drive for a long time, waiting for the right moment or the right feature to complete it. It's very likely that Lil Durk and YNW Melly recorded their parts for Banana Split at completely different times, long before their current legal situations became this intense. Melly has been locked up since 2019, so any new music from him is coming from a vault of unreleased material. A producer like Murda Beats can take these separate pieces and stitch them together to create a hit. This is where the misinterpretation happens. Fans hear the finished product and assume the artists were just in the studio together, vibing and planning. They don't see the business side of it, where labels and producers are making strategic decisions about when to release music to keep an artist's name hot. A collaboration can be purely a business arrangement, put together by a third party like a producer, without the artist ever having a direct conversation about it. For an artist who is incarcerated, releasing music is one of the only ways to stay relevant and connected to their fan base, so their team will often pull from their catalog of unreleased songs. This isn't the first time a musical collaboration has been taken out of context, and it won't be the last. In the world of hip-hop, where lyrics are often analyzed like sacred texts, a feature on a song can be seen as an endorsement, an alliance, or a declaration of war. But sometimes a song is just a song. The Banana Split track is a perfect example of how the timeline of music creation can create a false narrative. The song's release in the middle of all this legal drama was a coincidence of timing, not a confirmation of a secret plot. It shows how easily fans can mix up the art with the artist's real life. At the end of the day, we have to separate the cold, hard facts from the exciting stories that spread online. The fact is, there is absolutely no credible evidence, no police reports, and no verified news sources that suggest YNW Melly and Lil Durk are working together on any kind of revenge plot. This narrative is a product of internet speculation, a theory built on rumors and misinterpretations. The story is compelling for sure, but it's not reality. The truth is often much less exciting than the fiction. Both artists are fighting their own separate, serious legal battles that require their full and undivided attention. The reality of their situation is documented in court records and news articles, not in social media comments. YNW Melly is facing a retrial for a 2018 double murder, a case that has been going on for over 6 years. Lil Durk was arrested in late 2024 for an alleged murder-for-hire plot and is currently in custody. These are their real-life priorities. Their freedom is on the line. The idea that they are focused on anything other than their own legal defense is just not logical. They are in two different places, caught in two different legal nightmares, and the idea of a joint operation is pure fantasy. The lesson here is about how easily misinformation can spread in the digital age. A simple what-if scenario can morph into a widely believed truth in a matter of hours. People see a musical collaboration like Banana Split, or remember a supportive Instagram post from years ago, and build a whole conspiracy around it. They connect unrelated events and create a narrative that they want to be true because it's more dramatic and engaging than the simple, harsh reality. It's a powerful reminder to always question where information is coming from and to look for actual verified sources before buying into a rumor, no matter how popular it is. So, what's the real story behind the headlines? It's a story of two popular artists facing the consequences of the street life and the justice system. It's not a story of a coordinated revenge plot, it's a tale of two separate legal struggles, of fighting for freedom from behind bars. While Lil Durk did show support for Melly in the past, and while they do have music together, that's where the connection ends. The rest is just noise, a myth created by the internet. The truth is clear. YNW Melly and Lil Durk are fighting their own battles alone.